Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we spill the tea on corporate filings and uncover the real stories behind the numbers. Get ready because today we're diving into a deal that is about to make one bank disappear bigger than a free donut at a meeting. We've got a big announcement from HarborOne Bancorp, Inc. It looks like they're merging with Eastern Bankshares, Inc. And HarborOne itself is going away, but what does this really mean for everyone involved? Let's decode this latest filing. Alright, so we're looking at a document called a Form 8, which is basically a report for big, sudden events that investors need to know about right away. Think of it like a breaking news alert for the stock market. The big news here is that on the 28th of October 2025, HarborOne Bancorp, Incorporated, or as we'll call them HarborOne, officially filed to delist their common stock from the Nasdaq Global Select Market. This means their stock will no longer be traded on that big exchange. This filing confirms that HarborOne is in the process of being acquired. They filed a Form 25, which is a formal notification to the Securities and Exchange Commission, also known as the SEC-D, that they want to remove their stock from being listed and registered under Section 12B of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934. The reason given is the closing of something called the merger transaction. So mark your calendars, the very last day you'll be able to buy or sell HarborOne's common stock on the Nasdaq will be the 31st of October 2025. After that, it is game over for trading on that particular exchange. Now let's get into the actual deal. We've known for a while, since the 24th of April 2025, that Eastern Bankshares, Incorporated or Eastern, and HarborOne entered into an agreement and plan of merger. This isn't just a simple purchase, it is a merger. Eastern will acquire HarborOne. Here is how it plays out. HarborOne, the parent company, will merge directly into Eastern, with Eastern remaining the main company. Then HarborOne Bank, the banking arm, will merge into Eastern Bank. So, by the end of this, Eastern Bank will be the big surviving entity. And the big news from there, the 28th of October press release, is that the deal has officially closed. All the conditions that needed to be met for this merger to happen have now been satisfied. It's a done deal, folks. While the deal has closed financially, its full legal effect, meaning when it is officially official and all the systems are combined, will be at the very start of the 1st of November 2025. That is when the merger truly becomes effective. What does this mean for leadership? Well, Joseph F. Casey and Michael J. Sullivan, who are currently top dogs at HarborOne, will be joining the boards of directors for Eastern and Eastern Bank once the merger is fully effective. Joseph F. Casey is currently the president and chief executive officer and a member of the board of directors at HarborOne, and Michael J. Sullivan is the chairman of the board of directors at HarborOne. So, the old guard from HarborOne is transitioning into leadership roles at the new combined company. For the shareholders of HarborOne, there was a crucial deadline on the 28th of October 2025. They had to decide how they wanted to receive their payment for their stock, essentially choosing between cash or some other form of compensation, as outlined in the merger agreement. Eastern expects to announce the results of these choices, including any adjustments needed due to how many people chose what on or before Monday, the 3rd of November 2025. And to reiterate, once again, HarborOne stock stops trading on Nasdaq on the 31st of October 2025 because of this merger. Now, like most corporate filings, this report includes a section on caution regarding forward-looking statements. This is basically a legal disclaimer. They're telling us that anything in this report that talks about the future using words like may, will, or expect is just that, an expectation. It is not a guarantee. They list out a lot of potential problems that could mess up the expected benefits of this merger. Things like the projected cost savings or revenue boosts not actually happening, or the merger taking longer than planned, or even not completing at all. They also mention risks like customers not reacting well to the merger, or unexpected issues during the integration process. Plus, they're exposed to all the general worries in the banking industry, like changing interest rates, loan defaults, and tough competition. This part of the filing is about the exhibits, which are basically supporting documents. The most important one here is Exhibit 99.1, which is the actual press release from the 28th of October 2025. This is where all the specific details of the announcement are laid out. They also include something called an interactive data file, which helps computers read the financial information. But for us, the press release is the key here. And finally, the signature block. This confirms that Joseph F. Casey, in his role as President and Chief Executive Officer of HarborOne Bancorp, Incorporated, signed off on this report on the 28th of October 2025, officially authenticating these disclosures. So, what's the big picture here? HarborOne Bancorp, Incorporated is being absorbed into Eastern Bankshares. Incorporated, this is a pretty significant move for both companies, especially for HarborOne shareholders who will see their stock delisted. The announcement confirms the deal has closed and sets the stage for the full integration in early November. The core of this filing isn't about deep financial numbers from tables, because it is primarily an announcement of a corporate event, not a detailed financial report. However, the story is clear, a consolidation in the banking sector. Eastern Bankshares is growing its footprint by acquiring HarborOne. The key risks highlighted are the standard ones from mergers, ensuring the expected benefits materialize, managing the integration smoothly, and dealing with the ever-changing landscape of the financial industry. From a Warren Buffett perspective, we'd be looking at the implied valuation of HarborOne within this deal. While specific numbers aren't laid out in a financial table here, the fact that Eastern is acquiring HarborOne suggests they see strategic value that outweighs the acquisition cost. We'd want to know the terms of the merger, how many shares of Eastern were exchanged for each share of HarborOne, or the cash amount. Purse hair, this determines if shareholders are getting a fair deal. The leadership transition with HarborOne's top brass moving to Eastern suggests a desire for continuity and expertise from the acquired company, which can be a good sign if managed correctly. However, the inherent risks of mergers, like cultural clashes and integration challenges, are always present and must be carefully navigated by Eastern's management. The delisting is a certainty, meaning HarborOne stock as an independent entity ceases to exist soon. In conclusion, this Form 8K marks the end of HarborOne Bancorp. Incorporated as a standalone public company and the beginning of its integration into Eastern Bankshares, Incorporated, the immediate implications are for HarborOne shareholders to prepare for the stock's delisting and to have made their choices for merger consideration. For Eastern, it is the start of a significant integration process. The ongoing success will depend on their ability to realize those promised synergies and manage any potential disruptions to their business and customer base. Alright, that is our breakdown of HarborOne Bancorp's latest filing. What is your take on this merger? Do you think it is a smart move for Eastern Bankshares? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. We also have a Discord community linked in the description where we chat more about these topics. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.